Hey guys, Peyton Snakeback here again for an all Scream Factory DVD and Blu-ray update for you guys. And yes, I know it's been a month since I did a DVD and Blu-ray update, but no worries. Obviously, I didn't stop doing it. I'm back. But yeah, since I got a lot of Scream Factories, I bought a lot of Scream Factory titles. I decided to do like this kind of special video, like reviewing all the Scream Factories I bought. So, let's go ahead and get started, shall we? I do have one DVD, which I'll talk about last. So let's go ahead and get started. So this first one right here I got. This is one, some of these ones I've been wanting to get for quite a while. I just now started to get them. This one especially. One, I love Catherine Isabel, she's one of my favorite crushes. And she's mainly like the new Scream Queen now, if you know what I mean. And she was also in a episode of Goosebumps. She was in that episode, It Came From Beneath the Sink. But this is a movie, like a werewolf movie called Gingersnaps here on Blu-ray. And I'm actually surprised. This one and another title I'm about to talk about in a sec actually came with a slipcover. Because I know, like, when it comes to, like, these Scream Factory slipcovers, like, they don't... It's just really rare most of the time, but I'm actually surprised that it wasn't. And oh, and I forgot to say, there was also another person who was on Goosebumps as well. He's the guy who plays Styx from the Scarecrow Walks at Midnight, and this is actually the reversible artwork cover for the movie as well. But this movie, I actually really like this one, and of course, the other girl who was in, she was in the original It movie. What's her name? Emily Perkins. She was also in another movie I highly recommend called Small Sacrifices. You can probably find it on YouTube. A movie that no one really talks about. It's one of those kind of like rare movies. It was the one with Farrah Fawcett. This movie is basically about these sisters. Catherine Isabel and Emily Perkins are their sisters, and one night while they're walking in the woods, Catherine Isabel's character, she gets attacked by this like creature, like this some sort of like wolf, and everything's fine, she's not. I think she gets like bitten or something, but everyone assumes like, okay, it's nothing's gonna really happen, but of course, ever since that happened, she's starting to change. Like, she's starting to change her looks. Like, she's all of a sudden, like bleeding out of her area. And, just, these weird things are starting to happen. Like people are, she's, changing a whole lot. That's basically what it is. And, of course, it turns out, she's turning into a werewolf. That's essentially, though, what this movie was. But I actually really did like this one, though. And hopefully, maybe, because I know there was a sequel that came out and a prequel that came out. Hopefully, they'll release those on Blu-ray from Scream Factory at some point. But highly, highly recommend this one. But for feature-wise, you get new interviews with the actors Emily Perkins and Jesse Moss, makeup effects artist, composer, and new Women on Horror panel discussion, Gingersnaps, audio commentaries, deleted scenes, theatrical trailer, TV spots, and cast auditions, and creation of the beast. But highly recommend this one. The next one, this is the other one that came with the slipcover, and I'm actually surprised this one did as well, because I especially expected just come with just like the Blu-ray itself, not a slipcover. But and when it comes to slipcovers, I'm not really a big fan of slipcovers, but it's cool to have them for like the Scream Factory ones, especially because of how rare they are. Especially like the one for Sleepaway Camp. I know that one, everyone's trying to find that one for the first Sleepaway Camp, because I had the slip for the first one. I don't have the slip for the sequels, but I don't really need them. I mean, if I find them, I might get them, but not order them online, because I know they go online for crazy prices. But this is a Wes Craven movie. Not many people mentions a lot, but I have not seen this movie in years. But this is a movie called Deadly Blessing here on Blu-ray, and I always remember this cover. the original art cover. I always remember that cover. I had this on a VHS. My mom does, on a VHS somewhere. But this movie, it's basically, from whatever number, I watched this about a month ago. So, from whatever number, it was basically about, I don't know, what do you call them? Like this, kind of like town. It has to do with like these people that are like dressing like Amish-like people. I think it's what you call them. And you know, Sharon Stone's in this one. I have to say, she is very, very beautiful, especially in this movie. But you know, Michael Berryman's in this one as well, but he doesn't. He's only in it for like 20 minutes. But the movie is basically about like these, you know, Amish people. They're doing like this cult, and all of a sudden, people from like the Amish are starting to get killed off one by one by this unknown assailant. Like, and you know, to me, because of this movie, because I haven't seen the movie in so long, but I always remember that scene with the snake in the tub. Because of this movie, you know, that's the reason why I hate snakes. You know, I've never been a big fan of snakes because of this movie. But because you know, I don't know if I already said it though, but there was a snake about a month ago, a black snake in the yard. I almost stepped on him, and he almost bit me, and it scared the shit out of me. But you know, because of this movie, that's one of the reasons why I hate snakes. I've never been a big fan of snakes. But really, really fun movie from whatever number. I really, really like this one so much. But feature-wise, has an audio commentary by Wes Craven, interview with actress and actors, TV spots, and theatrical trailer. But highly, highly recommend this one. You know, hopefully at some point, Deadly Friend will get a Blu-ray release. Now these next three are going to be double features. Now this one right here, one of the movies that are on here I have not seen in years. The other one, it was my first time watch, but this is a double feature with Bad Dreams and Visiting Hours here on Blu-ray. Now Visiting Hours was basically, and I honestly forgot how fun Bad Dreams was. You know, that one was basically about this girl. And it's played, who's played by Jennifer Rubin. She was on, I think she was in you know, A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, she was. And I think she was in 4 as well. But the movie is basically about her, like, I think she's like in this cult, and, like this fire cult, and the fire, that was in this cult, it was like a mass suicide kind of like cult, and of course, everyone except her, everyone died except for her. She was the only one that survived, and she's been in a coma for like 13 years, and you know, 13 years later, you know, she can't really remember anything. She's in like a mental institution now, but all of a sudden, like people, like the patients are, like, all of a sudden, you know, committing suicides, and, you know, they're all of a sudden killing themselves, and no one really knows what's going on, and, you know, the girl thinks that someone's probably doing this, you know, but, you know, she thinks that there's someone killing them, but the reports are going out to them as them killing themselves, as suicides. They don't know exactly what's going on, but it had a really good twist in this movie. Like, a twist that was so great and well done. But I really did like that movie. And Visiting Hours was basically about this woman who's like a news reporter, and she gets attacked by this man, this like crazy psychotic man, and he attacks her, and he apparently he thinks he killed her, but she actually survived, and you know, he's basically going into the hospitals trying to find her. You know, it was actually a really cool movie. That wasn't like the perfect one, but it was actually a really cool one, though. But for feature-wise, for Bad Dreams, you get a commentary, we get interviews, we get some special effects of Bad Dreams, we get behind the scenes, original ending and theatrical trailer. And for visiting hours, you get interviews and radio and TV spots. And I believe, yes, there is. There's some artwork inside the thing right here. But other than that, though, I did like these movies, though. You know, it was a lot of fun watching some of these horror movies I haven't seen in years, and some of the ones I'd never seen before, you know. Alright, the next one right here. Now, this one, the only reason I got was because it's out of print. But this is another double feature. And you know, it went out of print because of MGM, and a lot of MGM titles from Scream Factory went out of print. And this is one of them. I do have another one, too, I believe. Yes, it did come from MGM, which I'll talk about in a little bit. This is a double feature with The Food of the Gods and Frogs. Now, The Food of the Gods I really liked. But I mainly wanted to get this one for Frogs. I thought I would like Frogs better than The Food of the Gods, but it was actually backwards. I liked The Food of the Gods better than Frogs. But Frogs was basically about, like, these killer frogs. Or they weren't, like, exactly, like, killing people. I don't know, I didn't really like that one. That was, like, both of these movies were from the 70s. Frogs was from 72. Food of the Gods was from 1976. But The Food of the Gods was basically about, like, the stuff that this one farmer was, like, making, and it was actually pretty creepy, like, some of the stuff, especially the effects with that movie, like, all these, well, the movie was basically about this farmer, like, making this concoction of, like, this thing, and, like, if the animals eat it, or if it gets on, like, food, it, like, turns them, like, from small to, like, big. It becomes enormous. And, you know, there was, like, a scene when, there was, like, a bunch of these giant-ass rats, like, running around in the woods. I have to say, though, the effects for that part was actually really well done, though. Some of the stuff, like, there was a scene about, like, a giant chicken, like, you know, the chicken part, or the rooster, you can tell that was, like, a little bit fake, but the way they did the rats in this movie, it looks so realistic and so real. Especially, they did a really good job, especially for, like, a mid-70s, like, a horror movie. But really recommend this one. For the special features, you get a new audio commentary for The Food of the Gods, new interview on Frogs, and the theatrical trailers. This one has artwork as well. But this one's out of print, so if you guys can find this one, definitely get it right away. Now this set right here, this is another double feature. This is a double feature of X-Ray, or AKA Hospital Massacre, and SCHIZOID here on Blu-ray. Now, what's cool is, and I don't know why they didn't do it for the other ones, but, you know, it also came with a DVD copy of both of the movies as well. And this is actually what the inside looks like. I think this one went out of print as well. I'm not 100% certain, but it is a MGM title, so it may have. I don't know, but both of these movies were fun as well. X-Ray, it was basically about, like, it starts off with, like, this one kid who's, like, this weirdo. He's, like, the whole, like, town weirdo kid. He had a crush on this girl, and and then the girl didn't really like him. I think she rejected him, and he gets back at her by killing her brother. And it's like years later, she's going to the hospital, and of course he's there, you know, impersonating this doctor, and he's going around, like, killing people off one by one. It was actually a really cool one, though. I thought that one was a cool one. And SCHIZOID, that one has Christopher Lloyd's in that one. I think it's him playing this doctor. I'm not sure if he played a doctor. I can't remember exactly, but that one was basically about, like, there's, like, this, like, strange, like, serial killer, and you don't know who it is until the very ending. Of course, I like those kind of movies where it has, like, this, like, stranger, like, serial killer, like, going around. You don't know who it is until the very ending. But it's, like, this suspicious person. He's got, like, dressed in black, wearing a hat, and he's going around killing these women one by one with these pair of scissors, and no one knows what's going on exactly. and you know the killer, of course, is writing these letters to this one girl, and she thinks that the threats are actually serious, but the cops are just basically telling her, oh, it's just a hoax. It's not really, it's nothing serious. It's all like a prank or something. But really fun movies, I thought. But for feature-wise, X-Ray, you just get a interview with director, and SCHIZOID, you get an interview with the actress Donna Wilkes, and theatrical trailer. Now these next two right here, these ones I have not seen in so many years. But this is, you know, Tales from the Crypt's Demon Knight, and Tales from the Crypt's Bordello of Blood here on Blu-ray. Now these ones, the first time I saw these ones were on HBO, and I have not watched these ones in a very, very long time. Demon Knight, I remember when I first watched this one, I didn't really like it. I actually like it a really lot better, but it's not as good as, because I still really like Bordello of Blood a lot better. I'll talk about that one in a sec. But this one is basically about, you know, I think it's William Sadler's in this one, Billy Zane's in it. But I think it's William Sadler's character. He basically is at this like this hotel, and basically it's like all these demons were coming to life or something. I don't know. I haven't. That's how long it's been. That's why I need to do these videos every 2 weeks, so I can remember this stuff. But it was like, I think all these demons were coming to life. Like this one cop was like a demon or something. I don't know. I can't really remember exactly, but I remember not really liking this one as much, though. I mean, it's not perfect, but this one was worth watching. But the other one, Bordello of Blood, this one was actually a really, really wacky one. But this one was basically about, you know, Corey Feldman's in this one, but he's only in it for like 20 minutes. But it's him and his friend. They want to go have some fun. Like, just go to like a party where there's a bunch of women there they can make love to. And they go to this, like this funeral kind of like home. And like inside like this funeral home, like they go into this coffin, and it's like, it's kind of like hard to explain like how it's hidden. It's like hidden in like this fireplace or something is like this party, and there's like these women there, and the one woman is like this like woman there, and it turns out, of course, they're like these like crazy like killer vampire women, and of course like they just kill them and eat their hearts out. That's basically what it is. You know, the one girl is trying to figure out, because the one girl's looking for her brother, which is, you know, Corey Feldman's character, you know, and she can't find him anywhere. She reports him as missing. Cops and trying to investigate what's going on, where are all these missing people are at. But really fun movie. I actually, like I said, I actually really like this one a lot better than Demon Knight. Alright, the next one here I got. This is the other out-of-print one I was telling you guys about. This one is not perfect, but this is one my mom recommended. But this one's not amazing or anything, but I really liked it. And, you know, and probably because of this movie, I've always been afraid of monkeys. But this is a movie called Monkeyshines. But probably because of this movie, you know, I always had this dream. And I can never figure out why, but when I was little, I had this dream like about 6 or 7 times about this orangutan monkey. Every time I talked, like, he would swallow me and I would end up in a farm. I know that dream kind of don't make sense, but I could never figure out why I always had that dream. And it's still to this day, it creeps me the hell out. But this movie is basically about this like crazy monkey. This guy ends up getting in an accident, and he's all paralyzed, and he's basically crippled now. And this one guy's like doing an experiment on this monkey, and it's like putting like this, injecting him with this like weird stuff, and basically Every time he's injecting him with the stuff, the monkey gets even more crazier and crazier and crazier. And the stuff is supposed to be um, having that guy like tell the monkey what to do, and the monkey will do it right away. But as, every time, like I said, every time he like injects stuff, the stuff like the monkey is getting more crazier and more like homicidal and all that stuff. But I thought this movie was amazing, but not like a perfect movie. But it was still cool. This, George A. Romero did this one as well. Who did Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, and Day of the Dead, like all the zombie movies. Rest in peace, George. But I thought the movie was cool. All right, the next one here I got. Now this is a movie I know Cool Duder always talks about. And I finally watched it. And, this movie wasn't not the best movie, like, because I know, and movies are kind of cool when they take place, like, in the carnivals, like, the last 20 minutes of Child's Play 3. This is the movie, The Funhouse, here on Blu-ray. And, this movie is not amazing, because, like, the movie is, to me, in my opinion, it's kind of slow. But I still liked it. This is the one that Tobe Hooper did, Tobe Hooper did, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Poltergeist, but this movie is basically about this, this girl, she's going to go on a date, with her boyfriend, and she's going with her friends. They're going to go to, the carnival, and the carnival has, like, all sorts of, like, this rides and stuff, and they go to this one place called the Funhouse. They go in there, and they have they talk about, okay, what if we spend the night in here? How cool would that be? And that's what they do. They go spend the night in the Funhouse. But what they don't know is there's like this creature in there, this like weird, ugly looking creature, and he's going around killing the friends off one by one. But such a cool movie. I actually did really like this one. Like, not amazing, but still worth watching. But I do like this cover right here, though. Alright, this is another one my mom also recommended. And this movie wasn't perfect. But it was more of a slasher movie than like a possession-like movie. But this is called the movie WITCHBOARD here on Blu-ray. And this was supposed to come with a DVD as well, but it just came with the Blu-ray. But I don't really care about that. As long as the Blu-ray works, which it did, then I'm happy with what I got. But the movie was basically about these kids were doing like this playing with the Ouija board, and like just talking to like spirits, and they were like contacting this one person that died. But when they do that, they've all of a sudden they brought something alive to come to life. Some kind of spirits in the house, and the spirit is apparently like killing people off one by one in these craziest deaths. But this is another movie, not amazing, but I did like it though. There was some cool aspects to it, some goofy aspects to it, but I actually did enjoy it. And the last one on Blu-ray I got, this is one I watched last night. And, this is one I watched before. I watched it on YouTube many years ago. But, it's one of the... I think this is like one of the slasher movies you don't hear many people talk about that often. I know they mentioned this in Scream 2, but, it's the movie Final Exam here on Blu-ray, which looks, and it says it's from Code Red also put this one out, I believe. Not on Blu-ray, but I think DVD, because it says Code Red on there. Yeah, it kind of looks like something that Code Red would put out, not like Scream Factory. But this movie, this movie is basically about, the school, or not the school, this college, final exams are happening, and, all the kids are, like, doing all these, like, pranks and stuff, basically, the killing parts, like, the whole, like, slashing scenes, it's not till later on in the movie. You gotta wait at least, like, an hour for that to happen. But the movie was basically just like this. You know, the movie was okay, but I mean, I did like some of the stuff that was happening in it. But the only thing about it was like, it was basically like this guy, this weird looking guy. He was just going around like killing all the students one by one. And but the thing was, you know, it's a slasher movie. I understand that it's a horror movie, but the thing is, like, it doesn't really explain like why is he doing this. You know, like like did he escape from a mental institution? Is that why? I don't know. They didn't really explain anything. It was just like about this guy just killing people. You know, like like with these kind of slash movies, there's always got to be a motive, like why the killer is doing what he's doing. You know, like, you know, there's a reason why Michael Myers is doing it, of course, because he's crazy. There's a reason why Jason Voorhees is doing it, to get back at people um, for his death and his mother's death. Um, but there, and I know there's not really like a reason for, like, you know, in a sort of a way, there's not really a reason for Chucky to do it, but people like it because it's a doll, of course. You know, a doll is killing people, you know. Um, but I don't know. But other than that, though, that was the only thing that kind of, like, bugged me. It was like, wait, why? Why is this guy doing this, you know? But other than that, though, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I would say it's worth watching. And the last one here I got, now this one was one I got at a Dollar Tree, and it's Scream Factory, so I decided to just put it in the pile anyway. I did not like this one. But I'm not going to get into much detail with this one, because I don't know, I got bored with this one right away. And for $1 from Dollar Tree, why not? But it was the movie The Devil's Candy here on Blu-ray. I don't know. I did not really like this one. It kind of bored me. I think... Did he? I thought Adam Wingard did this. Huh, but it's from the producers who did You're Next and Blair Witch. But I don't know, I thought it was alright. But that is it for the entire Scream Factory update. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.